All right, people. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
I'm shy, short, and quiet, so I'm going to do my best. Now, this is something I do almost every day. You can do one of these. You can do them every day if you want. Key is you have to have people in front of you. And it's really a lot of fun. So, slide number one. By the way, my name is Jay Gillette, if anybody doesn't know me. In the company don't know me, there's a problem. Can you click the screen to get me started? All right. Wait a minute. No, go back, go again. It's just different than I saw, but that's okay. All right, we are veteran owned. We operate nationally. Founding members of the American Association of Public Adjusters. We are the largest public adjusting firm in the United States. Now, why is that pertinent? Because it gives us power. Next.
Hello there.
Glenn, it's David with Marco's office. How are
I
you?
made some
Okay,
changes to the presentation. This ain't mine. This is his. All right. So we're going to have some fun anyway. If you let people take control of your presentation, you lose. You will always be in control. What I do is I make it very interactive so everybody can talk as we go. And the interaction is so important. You got to bring them in. The first question I ask at every presentation is, do you know what a public adjuster is? And you were on one of my tips, right, Wanda? And I asked that question. And how many people actually knew the answer? Nobody. And the ones that do, I just say, can you explain it to me? And you know what they're going to say? You do something with real estate. That's normally what I get. People don't know. And yet everybody needs to know. You're always asking questions and you want the answers. And don't ever let a negative person change your presentation. They can really mess you up. If I have a negative person, they get talked to once and they get deleted after once. And the good thing about Zoom is you can kick people out of the room. And I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I'm very bad. I have clients. If those clients call me up, and I'm talking to Metro reps right now. If those clients call me up and they're negative, they go in my phone as bad rep. I mean, bad client. And I never answer that phone for them again. They're done. I'm a bad person. I don't care. Anyway, if somebody does ask a question that you're going to cover later, say that you're going to cover it later. Hopefully we'll get to mine soon. Okay, now, I like to keep it open to let everybody ask questions as we go. And the reason is I'm comfortable with any question. If you're comfortable with every question, answer them. As long as it's not negative and it's not touching on something you don't want to touch on yet. Does that make sense? That And this is a good question. If you had an insurance claim, would you know what to do? Most people have no idea about it. This is not my tip. This is not what I wanted. He loaded the wrong one. Go on. All right, now this is a statement that I really push heavily. Insurance companies work hard to keep your money in their bank. And that is something that you get everybody to agree with. And once they agree with that, they have adjusters working for their interest. Their adjusters are taught how to ask leading questions to get claims denied, double deductibles, all of that. Who's looking out for your interests? Why we're needed. People need an advocate. Someone who's going to stand up to them. And what we do, now this is, I always touch on this, because remember, we're talking to people that we want to hire. So what we do, we help homeowners and business owners when they have property damage claims. What does that mean? We educate the client on what's covered. We educate the client on their policy. Then we go over the policy and we make sure they have the right coverage. Then we do an inspection. Now, if you're doing the inspection virtually, then you're going to do it on Zoom. And usually you'll have your trainee at the house, if at all possible, walk around with a camera and show you different stuff. So it's really important. The coolest part about what we do, once we write it, we're done. Now our adjusters take over. They do all the work. They have to come out 2, 3, 4 times. When they come out, they scope it. They say, yes, it's a claim, or no, it's not. If it's not a claim, then the insurance company never hears about it, and the client doesn't know what's a dime. If it is a claim, then our adjuster presents the claim properly, schedules the appointments, handles the phone calls, writes letters, obtains experts as needed to support claims. They do it all. Okay? So, next. During a storm, homeowner notices water leaking into the bedroom, dining room below, and then later noticed a couple shingles missing from the roof. The homeowner cleaned and dried the water themselves. I always ask, how many people would actually put a claim in for this little bit of damage? And what do you think the answer is? Very few. The reality is 91% of people do not put a claim in for this, 9% do. Of the 9%, this is how they get paid. Nope, too many slides. Okay. Basically, you're going to get minimum roof repair, drywall repair, minimum charge, spot seal and paint the ceiling one coat, paint protect fan, clean deodorized carpet, appearance allowance for a slightly tempting wood floor in the dining room, spot seal and paint the walls and ceilings one coat. That's it. That's all you're going to get paid. Are you happy? If the insurance company paid you that and you weren't going to do a claim, would you put that in? Yes. You'd be happy. But we can reopen a claim up to a year after it happened, although we prefer to go first because it's really hard to fix stupid. And when the client talks to the insurance company, they ask them leading questions that are really hard to fix. Now, this is how we get you paid. If you have a shingle off the roof, we're going to get you paid for that slope. If you have shingles off both slopes, we're going to get you paid for the whole year. Replace wet insulation. The minute it gets wet, it's all going to be replaced. Detach reset ceiling fan, replace vector drywall, ceiling paint walls with ceiling coat, sand, stain, and finish hardwood floors. Everything has to be done. How many people would actually think the insurance company is going to pay you to move all your bedroom furniture so you can paint the ceiling? Pull things out. How many people think that the insurance company is going to pay you if you got wood on your laminate floor, water on your laminate floor? You're going to pay for that, right? But how many people think you're going to pay you for the living room, foyer, and kitchen for all the rooms that have laminate floor connected to that floor, but there's nothing wrong with it? Well, they have to. It's all paid for. How many people think they're going to put you up in a home similar to the home you have? They're going to pay for your gas, your electric, your cable, and everything else. They're not. That's the problem. So when I get to this slide, what I do is I basically say, well, you can't be really dropped. Rates can't go up. All the things people are afraid of are really not allowed. So it makes sense to put a claim in. You can do A yourself. If you do A, the insurance company is going to pay you a little bit of money. They're going to drag you through the mud a little bit. And by the time you're done, you're going to say, I'm never going to put another claim. Everybody agree with that? Or we can do B. Number one, there's never a dime out of a client's pocket. Number two, once we're involved, the insured never talks to the insurance company. Our adjuster does all the talking. Number three, we get the client a tax-free check for the damages in their home or business they didn't know they could get paid. And number four, and more important, the insurance company can't make them fix anything. The mortgage company can, but we have a whole department that deals with mortgage companies. And if it ain't a real big number, they just sign off on the check. How many people you know can use a tax-free check to do anything they want with? Everybody I ever met. Now, one other question I asked on that last slide. Now, if you had that little bit of damage, how many people would not put a claim in? And I never have anybody say no. I don't go that side. Now, this is one of the most important slides we have. This is the OPEGA report. It was done by a governmental agency. And basically it states policyholders who used the public adjuster received an estimated $93.79 on their claim compared to $13.91 for policyholders who did not use a public adjuster, a 574% increase. Take out one of personal experience and reopen a claim, paid a lot. Now, I always tell stories. I like to tell a story about a church. I have a church. I ask everybody on my fifth. I have a client. They had their furnace, had a little puff back of smoke, got into the church. What do you think they would have got for a little smoke in the church? What do you think? Give me a number. Give me a number. Well, the reality is we got $807,000. Scaffolding alone was $147,000. See, people don't know what they don't know. I love that claim because I made a lot of money. It was fun. All right. Now, on this slide, I like to go through one or two little things, but I tell everybody, look at the insurance payout line and then the settle with Metro line. Those are real numbers. And once you've been doing it a little while, you're going to understand those are the numbers that are the numbers. And that never changes. Those numbers are always going to be. Does that make sense? The insurance company doesn't like to pay. When we get involved, they don't have a choice. Yeah, keep going. One more. Okay. Now, we've served over 1 million clients. We have a 99.7% satisfaction rate. Why? We don't fix anything. All you do is get people tax-free money. How many people in the room like tax-free money? Exactly. Fire. Everybody knows fire is covered. You know, if you do a fire yourself, you're going to get about 50% of what you should get. We're going to get you 100% every time. And nobody knows. They need us. Oh, wait, back. Smoke. Smoke is a major claim. How many people you know that had a fireplace, they didn't open the flue, and smoke came in? Well, the crazy part is, what did they do? They opened all the windows and let the smoke out, right? You went on average, that's a $35,000 to $50,000 claim every time, and nobody knows. Car into a house. I love this. I had a car run into a church. How cool is that? You know what they wanted to give the church before we got involved? $235 after their deductible. It gets you sick when they say stuff like this. I think we got them $18,000. It wasn't a lot of damage, but it was damage. Tree blown into a house, shingles blown off. You can always, if you use the service, you can always throw in things like, I had my roof done. My adjuster came out, she got me paid for the whole roof. Had shingles off both slopes. After she got me paid for the whole roof, I had the roofer come out, pull all the shingles off. They found that my plywood was only 3/8 inch thick. Code is 1/2 inch. I didn't know, but my adjuster did. And I got another $5,900 on top of what they paid me for the roof because they had to put all new plywood in and the insurance company had to pay. How many people would have known that? And nobody ever says they know. Now, roof leak, skylights. How many people know skylights are going to leak? When they leak, they're a claim every time. Any water that enters the house above ground level, totally covered. Hail, tornadoes, hurricanes. How many, and I ask this every time, how many people love hurricanes? What if I told you that if you really worked, you were licensed, you went out and worked, and you really worked hard in a hurricane, in 4 months you could make 6 figures? Would you like hurricanes then? And you can. Toilet overflow. Class 3 water. Anything toilet water touches has to be ripped out and totally replaced, paid for by the insurance company. How many people never had a toilet over? I always ask that. Tub, dishwasher. Oh, it's okay. Tub, dishwasher, ice maker, wash machine, hot water heater. How many people know what the insurance company would say if you call up and said my hot water heater blew? What they're going to say is that's not covered under the policy. Now, the fact is the hot water heater itself is not covered. All the water damage is covered, but you said my hot water heater blew. You didn't say I had an accidental discharge of water from my water heater. Everything is in the wording you use. So, moving right along. Frozen pipe, the pipe and the plumber bill are even covered. Vandalism, theft. Tenant vandalism is one of my favorites. I have clients with 200 properties, others with 74. They had no clue. When something happened, they would go out, they'd fix it, they'd take the hit. Now, they call me. I get them paid for the damage, and then they get to fix it the same way they would have before. The only difference is they get money. Doesn't that make sense? Now, here's my favorite. Laminate floor. If you have laminate floor and they have a potted plant, or they had a Christmas tree that they were watering, or they had a spill, or they moved a piece of furniture and put a cut in the floor, or you had a bunch of women over with stiletto high heels. We're going to get you paid for that floor and every floor connected to that floor through the whole house, every single time. Spill bleach on a carpet, crack ceramic tiles, melted siding from a barbecue grill. How many people have ever seen somebody melt the siding with a barbecue grill? Now, and what did you do? Nothing. You know, I've written 48 of them in the last 10 years. Not one person yet has fixed the siding. Average claim $6,000 to $10,000. How many people you know could use an extra $6,000 to $10,000 tax-free money to do anything their little heart desires? Crazy, right? And I bet everybody you know would like that, but nobody knows. Mold, acts of God, they're all. How many claims would you have had in place where you live? You know the average is about 2 to 5. Most people over a 10-year period have 2 to 5 claims. Everybody you know and everybody you care about over the next 10 years is going to have 2 to 5 claims. You can either educate them and they can get paid, or the insurance company can keep the money. Where do you think it would be better? The insurance company loves you when you don't put a claim in. But nobody knows to put one in. That's our job. Smart Claim membership. Now, the Smart Claim membership covers people for, we want to look at their policy every year. We want to make sure that the insurance company didn't change their deal. You know, every year when the policy is sent to you, how many people actually look at the policy, read it, and understand it? No, nobody does. The reality is when I was going to houses, I would get the policy. It would still be in the envelope it came in unopened. You know, the insurance company can change your deal every year without telling you. They just put it in the policy. Right now, they're changing deductibles from $500 or $1,000. They're changing them to a 1% to 5% deductible. A 1% deductible on a $500,000 house, $5,000 deductible. 5% deductible on a $500,000 house, $25,000 deductible. Totally insane. Would you agree? But nobody knows. Everybody needs to know. And this is my closing line for any client. You tell me what the answer is. The insurance company makes $65 billion a year in profit. That's after claims, buildings, and employees. The average homeowner or business owner spends more than $30,000 over a 30-year period for nothing. That money goes directly to the bottom line, the insurance company, and pays the CEOs multi-million-dollar bonuses every year. Where would that money be better? In your pocket or in the CEO's multi-million-dollar bonus? And what does every client always say? The minute they say their pocket, they're ready to write a claim. That is the close of closes. I have 100% closing ratio. I never get told that. It's that simple. Now, all right. Now, how do we make money? Basically, we conduct an inspection room by room. We do it on Zoom. We do it in the house, whatever. We're going to teach you both. Evaluate the policy. We're going to teach you everything you need to know and then some. Identify the damage. We're going to teach you what to look for. On policies, we're going to teach you what you don't want to see. We're going to teach you about forced policies that cover nothing. And you don't want to look at them and have that deer in the headlights look. If you ever get the deer in the headlights look in a client's house, you will never do anything with that client. Know your stuff. That's why we have training over and over. I don't know what teams you were on, but my team, we do training every Tuesday and Thursday. It's usually anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours. Because there's so much to learn. This is and will always be a career. Yes, you can become an adjuster and learn all that. But our side, reps, we need to know this is our career. I can tell you, you can make more money here than you'll make at McDonald's. Now, you fill out the paperwork. All of our paperwork is now done on DocuSign. Simple and easy. There's nothing easier than that. Would everybody agree with that? I mean, and we're going to teach you how to use it. Now, as a claims representative, that doesn't count. Why is that even there anymore? We took that out of it. All right. Claims rep, 20% of the company fee, $350 for an hour's worth of work. How many people can make $350 for an hour's worth of work? Not at McDonald's anyway. That's 20% of the company fee on a $5,000 claim. Now, senior claims rep, 25% of the company fee or $437. Got a little better. Regional manager, 30% of the company fee. First of all, you should be a senior claims rep the first 30 days that you're licensed. A lot of people on my team, they become senior claims reps the day they become a claims rep. Why? Because you can get there just by hiring people and training them. It's a nice, easy way to get there. The cool part is somebody else has got to train them for you, but they're on your team. Now, what if it's a $10,000 claim? Now you make $700 to $1,050 for an hour's worth of work. Is that a little better? Well, the average claim in the company right now is about over $10,000. So on a $10,000 claim, if you're a regional manager, every time you write a claim, you're walking away with $1,000. Boy, that must be hard if you only write one a month. There wasn't too many Saturdays ago. I wrote 10 on a Saturday. Would that be a pretty good number? It's very doable. Now, 1,500 to 4,500 for a small fire. Oh, nope, 3,000 to 4,500 for a $150,000 fire. That's a real small fire. An average fire is $400,000 to $500,000 between personal property and dwelling. On a $400,000 fire, as a senior claims rep, you walk away with $10,000. How many people can use an extra $10,000 for an hour's worth of work? That McDonald's job is going down the road, right? Anyway, now, one thing I forgot to talk to you about. Those numbers take 2 to 4 months to settle on average. So we have an advance program. As soon as you write a claim, the following Friday, after our adjuster approves it, you get 200 as a claims rep, 250 as a senior, and 300 as a regional manager. The rest of the money comes in when the claim settles, and if our adjuster says it's a claim, we're going to get paid on it. There we go. Write a claim, manager, train claims rep. Now, how many people ever been in a job where the only way to get promoted is marry the boss or be related to him? How many people ever been in a job where you didn't like the boss, they didn't like you, and they would not promote you if you were the last person on the planet? Been there, I know. Now, here you don't have to worry about that. You know who's in charge of promoting you? You. You have control over your life. You want to go regional manager? Do it. I did it in 2 months. If I can, anybody can. I'm shy, short, and quiet. Now, as an executive vice president, less than 2 years. It's doable. I don't tell you that to tell you what I did. I tell you that to tell you what's possible for you. Now, part-time. Let's say you're going to write 5 claims in a month and you're a regional manager. That's 20, 26, 25. Now, or 31 grand a year. Is that a pretty good return for about 5 hours a week? And in that 5 hours a week, you're also hiring and training people. So shouldn't you get paid on some of the stuff other people do if you hire them? So you have claims reps. They go out and write a claim. They get 20% of the company fee. You get a 10% override. They move to senior claims reps. They get a 25% on the claim. You get 5% override. Guess what happens when they go regional manager? They get 30%. You still get a 5% override on everything they do and everything their team does. It's a beautiful thing. I got a lot of regional managers. It really is. Now, instead of 31, you're making 46 doing the same job. Does that make sense? You've got to get to regional manager. That's the key position. While you're a trainee, senior claims rep, and claims rep, you are in your regional manager's base shop. The day you get out of, you get to regional manager, now you have your base shop and everybody on your team is in your base shop. So what does base shop mean? If you, your claims reps, your senior claims reps, and your trainees all combined write 20 claims in a month, you get an additional 5% bonus. If you hit that bonus every month for a year, there is no way to make less than 100K. I'm upset. I haven't made 100 yet. It is April. So. Anyway, I'll be there soon. Anyway, that'll be 5 or 6 checks a week and I'll be all right. That's an inside joke. But anyway, if you hit your bonus every month for a year, there's no way that you will not hit 100. I can tell you last year I hit bonus every month except for January. The pandemic made everything good for me. It really did. It opened the world up. I used to have to drive an hour to get to a claim. I'd sit, talk, and then I have to drive another hour back. Now I click on my computer and they're there. And I talk. And I write it up on DocuSign. And before I'm done in an hour, the paperwork is already at court. That is really cool. I wish we would have had this years ago, except, as I said earlier, I was the biggest component fighting technology. Because I didn't want everybody, all the techies, to beat me. Come to find out they didn't. Although they're trying. Anyway. So, hire someone like yourself. Promote them. They go regional manager. You go regional vice president. You make a little extra money. Now, quick question. This is a typical business. Startup cost, accounting, payroll, business plan, insurance, employees, inventory, equipment, and rent. 90% of businesses fail in the first 3 to 5 years. Now, that's great. That's not us. I asked, does everybody agree with that? And everybody always says yes. Over here, we're under the corporate umbrella. What does that mean? Accounting. Corporate does it all. They do all the accounting. We don't have to. You're going to get a thing called NetCore that you can look at every claim as it happens, you see it. Every person you hire, everything they do, you see it in real time. You don't have to keep records. They do. Payroll. Well, I can tell you, the young lady over there does all the payroll. I know. I'll see her all the time. Anyway, payroll is done by corporate. Guess who doesn't collect any money? Us. Guess who never takes a dime off a client? Us. Corporate does all that. We just get paid. Once you're licensed, you get direct deposit every Friday. Until you're licensed, you're going to get license reimbursement checks, which I'll get into in a little while. They're tax-free money, and you're getting that as a trainee. But once you're licensed, you get a direct deposit. Business plan, we've been in business since 1993. Everything's in place. All over the last year, everything changed. Everything became dreamlike. The money you can make now is nuts. Employees. Oh, wait, insurance. We don't have medical insurance, but all the insurance you're required to have, like O&P and all of that, corporate pays for it. Employees. You can hire people from day one. It helps you get into management. It helps you move up. If you hire 15 people before you license, the day you get licensed, you're a senior claims rep. It just makes sense. And you're not training them, your trainer is training them. Now, inventory. We have no inventory. We have no product to buy or sell. Equipment, Yes, I'm sorry, everybody, you do need equipment. I know it's very expensive. You may have some of it. How many people have one of these? Everybody have a cell phone? All of our DocuSign is done on our cell phone. How many people have a flashlight laying around the house? You got all the tools you need. You don't need anything else. Rent. Corporate used to pay for rent all over in all the offices all over the country. Now there's no more offices. Everything's done on Zoom. Used to be you'd go 1 hour a week to an office for training. Now you can go every day of the week if you want to. It's all there for you. It's right out in front. Everything is in place to make you successful. Now, over here, startup costs. There is no startup cost for the month of April. We actually haven't had a startup cost since January 10th. I don't know what he's going to do next month, but right now there's no startup cost. Flexible, full or part-time. You work as much or as little as you want to. No inventory, no product to buy or sell, proven system. Everything is in place. Do not try to change the wheel. Just go with the wheel. Once you're a regional manager, if you want to change stuff, go ahead. But until you get to that level, follow the system and you'll win. Training and support. Residual income, you get paid on what other people do. How many people think the politicians pay taxes? Well, that's good because we fit into all their loopholes. Every mile you drive, every time you go to dinner, every time you go on vacation, there's ways to write all this off. Anybody is crazy if they have a real job because they don't have all the write-offs. Everything you do is a write-off. Get a good accountant. Not going to say a lot more about that, but you should have a good CPA that takes care of your taxes. And I can tell you, it's a good thing because I don't want to pay. Just help. Unlimited income potential. I make a decent living. I'm going to tell you something that I couldn't have said before the pandemic. I have a goal for next year. Will I hit it? I sure hope I do. My goal is to hit 7 figures next year. I would not even have been able to think about that unless we had all the tools we have in place right now. Now, I'm going to. Has nothing to do with money. I'm totally comfortable. I don't worry about anything anymore. Life is great. My checks are nuts. But that all being said, I'm going for a plaque. I want to win a plaque that says I did 7 figures. After today, how many people think I like to win plaques? I love what I do. That's why I took every plaque today. I took #1 in every category that I'm in. I love that. That's what floats my boat. That's what makes me get up and work every day. Because 95% of my income comes from my team. I really don't need to do what I do. I can be comfortable. So you got to know what floats your boat. I know what floats mine. It's recognition. So there's $1 million plaque that I want to win. And I'm going to go after it. You got to figure out what your thing is and what you're willing to go after. It can't be money. In the beginning, it can. Because everybody needs it. But there's going to be a point when you get comfortable. I can tell you, Mikey got his green jacket today. He's been with me for 10 years now. He's a regional manager on my team. Mikey's comfortable. He'll work 3 days a week, 4 days a week. That's it. And he doesn't have to worry about it because he's comfortable. Got a huge team. Does everybody get it? You got to find what's going to get you up in the morning and go to work and get it done. But you got to find where you're comfortable, and then you just go and get it done. So there's an unlimited income potential. I know exactly what I have to do to make 7 figures. Do you know what it's going to take you once you get involved in the company? Because I'm talking to prospects. Once you get involved in the company, you need to know where you want to go and what is your game plan to get there. And your trainer is going to teach you that. So you're going to set up some appointments. You and your trainer. Your trainer is going to do all the talking. They may be doing it on Zoom. Hopefully you can be in the house. If you can't be in the house, you'll be on Zoom. You're going to teach you how to do it in a house and on Zoom. You need to know both. I'm looking for managers that want to blow this up all the way across the country. Presently, I'm an executive vice president, and I actually am licensed in 15 or 16 states. And I do business all over the country from my living room. How many people would like to say, hey, I don't want to leave home. I just want to make money. There is nothing easier on the planet. And once you get licensed, you hire people, and every person you hire, guess what they're going to do? They're going to get you 3 training claims. And those 3 training claims, I'm going to show you how they make money, but guess what? You make money on every one of those training claims. They're your claims. So you're going to set up some claims. Your trainer's going to do all the talking. You're going to watch and you're going to learn. We're going to get referrals from those people, and those are your referrals. How do you get started? Basically, there's no $50 fee right now. You just fill out the paperwork. We're going to send it to your email address. At that point, you got to complete the training. Each state is different. I am not in control of what you have to do in your state to get licensed. Every state is different. You got to pass the test. Maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. What matters? Whatever you got to do in your state, you got to do it. We're going to pay for it. I'll show you that in a minute. Got to go to a quick start training. Quick start training is all day Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. That you can go to once. You can go to as many times as you want. There's no cost to that. Teach you all our basics. Teach you all our trade secrets. Teach you all of our tools, what to say, how to say it, and all that. Weekly training. Monday night, 9 o'clock. The owner and CEO has a conference call. Now on that call, a lot of training. Tuesday night, 6 o'clock out of the corporate office, training. Wednesday night, I have another office, 6 o'clock, training. 7 o'clock on Monday night, test training. 11 a.m. on Tuesday morning, I do training for my team. And each one of you who have a team can get on your team calls whatever day they have them. 5 o'clock on Thursday evening, I do training. On my 5 o'clock call, our CEO is on there every week. And we give everybody time to stump the owner. I love to say that. He says he feels like he's in a dunk tank and people are throwing balls at him with questions. But the reality is, we ask questions and he answers them. How many people in any company you've ever been in, a multi-million-dollar company, in the first week, would you actually ask the owner any question you wanted and he would answer it for you? And he will be on all your team calls if your team asks him. You got to complete the licensing process. Now, I told you we were going to give you all the money, right? Pay for everything. So, for each successful training sales observation, this is old. You get $150. No, you don't. Okay, for every training claim you do, as soon as you do it, and our adjuster goes out and approves it, you get $200. You have to do 3 training claims, that's $600. That is more than enough to get licensed in every state except for 1. For the month of April, every training claim you do as a trainee, you don't get $200, you get $500. Unlimited number. Do 3, $1,500 tax-free money. How many people could use it? Do 5, $2,500. Why not do 10, $5,000? Why not do 20? $10,000. I'll tell you what, if I was a trainee, I'd do 20. I'd have a goal. I'd do 2 a day, every day until the end of the month at least. End of the month. Then they will announce whatever they're going to do next month. Will he do it again? Maybe. Will he do something else? Maybe. I have no idea. But I can tell you, the owner, Steve, he cares about everybody. And I'm sure he's going to do something that'll make everybody happy. Does that make sense? So we're giving you $600. If you do 3 training claims this month, we're giving you $1,500 tax-free. The average state takes about $200 to get licensed. Kind of crazy, wouldn't you agree? Oh, wait, go back. Recession-proof, time freedom, you control your schedule. Company vesting after 5 years, helping people is all we do. Now, the Vegas trip. Vegas trip, they make it so easy. 57 people were on stage winning the Vegas trip. That ain't bad, right? Tomorrow, they're going to announce the trip to the Caribbean, all expense paid, all you can eat, all you can drink, everything included. I know that because they do it every year on Tuesday. Now, that being said, you're going to have to maybe write 20, 24 claims, whatever, to win 1 ticket. 34 probably to win 2 tickets, maybe less. In a 4-month period. I'll have it done in the first month. If I can, anybody can, because I'm shy, short, and quiet. My God. They're giving us trips for free. Now, I'm going to be honest. The Vegas trip, they don't pay for everything at the Vegas trip. December of 2019, I walked up to Steve, the owner in the casino in Vegas, and I said, hey, Steve, I lost 10 grand last year at the casino. And it's a free trip. Are you going to reimburse me my 10 grand? You know, he started laughing at me. I was serious. It was a free trip. I lost the money. I think, I don't know. We're still negotiating, but we'll see. Send a Net, Save a Life, Enduring Warrior, MS, Feeding America. Every person that gives us 8 referrals, we feed 10 people in their name. Every name that a client gives us, they get an entry into a drawing. Every person we meet with in the month of April, they get a $25 gift card. Well, let's see. The client gets $25 for us sitting with them. if we write a training claim for that client, they're going to get money when the claim's settled. You're going to get $500 as soon as the claim is approved. And the representative is going to get paid anything on the claim over $150. So I can tell you, what does that mean? Everybody is in congruency. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody, oh no. One person doesn't want us to do that. You can tell me who that is. The insurance company. See, I have a vendetta. In 1982, I had 4 inches of water in the house. The line on the refrigerator blew. The insurance company came out and paid me $700 on what I now know was a $65,000 claim. So me being a Marine can't mess a Marine up and get away with it. So now I will live 800 years and I will make them pay every day until the day I die, because and that's why I have the passion I do. And that's what it takes. But every name that you get, every person we sit with gets an entry into a drawing. Every Monday night, they give away 3 free gifts. Things like Echo Dots and iPads and all that. And every 6 months, they give away a trip to the Caribbean, just like they did today. And a regional manager on my team put the name in for one of his clients. I feel really good about that. Getting closer to home. We've been in business 25 years. Licensed by the Department of Insurance in 46 states. Now it's not. We've been in business 27 years. We're licensed in 47 states. Alaska, Alabama, and I'm not sure of the other one. But we'll fail. Alabama. No. Alaska, Alabama. There's another A. It's an A. Huh? I don't know. I'll find out. I don't know the answer to that question. I will get the answer for you. Is anybody upset at me? No. See? You can do that. Now, we're in 47 states. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Now, what I like to do is, if you're an A, that means you're ready to get started. What you get as an A, number one, I did something wrong. Here she goes. Anyway, if you're an A, then we're going to send you the paperwork to get started to your email. You can come on my training on Tuesday and Thursday, even before you sign up. You cannot come to any corporate training until you sign the paperwork, although it's free. Makes sense to fill it out. Now, we're also going to send you some videos, including the video of this presentation. If you're a B, that means you want to think about it. If you want to think about it, we'll send you some videos. And if you decide to move up, we are not going to call you, bother you, or do anything else if you're a B. You have to contact us through text. I don't do anything, no email. That email thing is not for me. I don't do it well. If you're a C, that means you want to do a policy review at your house. Now, we can do a policy review and get you paid some money even if you don't do that. But you can be an A and a C. If you're an A and a C, we'll wait until you fill out the paperwork, then we'll write claim your house, and then you're going to get $500 tax-free money as soon as our adjuster approves. Is that a pretty good return? One of the things that I do this kind of in training, you want to find out exactly where the people want to go, how fast they want to go. If they want to run, you want to run with them. the first thing I send to everybody is my Calendly link. As soon as they sign up, I get them the Calendly link out. If they start setting up appointments, they get more of my time. If they don't set up appointments, but they come on my training calls, then they get my time on the training calls. I'll answer anything. I'll do anything. As people do stuff, the more they do, the more of my time they get. Does everybody understand that? Work with the willing. And this is the easiest way I say this. 80% of everybody at every job you've ever been in do nothing. You agree? And 20% do all the work. Everybody agrees with that, right? Well, if you're in that 20%, you're going to find a really nice home here. You're going to make a lot of money and have a lot of fun doing it. But if you're in that 80% and you want to stand by the water cooler and gossip, I'm sorry, we don't have a water cooler and we ain't planning to buy one anytime soon. So this ain't for you. Can everybody agree with me? I mean, I'm really honest about it. I tell people right out off the bat, if you don't want to work, don't waste my time. But they're really not going to waste my time because they're not going to do anything and I'm not going to have to spend time with them. Because I'm going to spend time with the ones that are willing. Does everybody agree with that? And the numbers are the numbers. Now, I want everybody to understand you should take your test in the first 10 days. You should fail. But you took it. And here's the thing. You want to take it because the first time you take it, if you're sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting to take it because you're not ready, guess what happens? You're never going to be ready because you're scared of taking the test. If you take the test and you pass or fail, if you fail, now you know what's on it. And it's not that big monster coming at you that you're afraid of, because you know what it is. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I just got to fix it. And usually you might miss by 1 or 2 questions or you'll pass. And if you pass, you're done. Study the stuff you need to study. Now, I think everybody should look at Bill Undercoupler's Pennsylvania's training, but don't use that for your state. Get your state laws and regulations before you take the test. Ken Hatfield, if you're on his team, I will send you the email. I thought I did, but I'll send it again. Each person has an executive vice president. Know who they are. Each person has a senior vice president. Know who they are. Don't hesitate if you have questions to give them a call. They want to hear from you. Now, they may be so busy, they'll have to call you back. What I tell people is text me, and I'll call you as soon as I can, because I'm usually doing an appointment. And another appointment, another appointment, another appointment. But if somebody texts me, I will get back to them pretty quickly. Now, set up an appointment at their own house. That is one of the things I want to do as fast as possible. If we set it up at your own house and we write a claim and we get you $500, that's your first training. See, my main goal for every single person is to get a check in your pocket as fast as possible. We have 30 days to get a check in your pocket. That's what we got. Because it isn't about you. It's about the voice that's in your ear saying, oh, you're putting all that time in. You're doing all this. You're not making any money. Not making any money, not making any money. Guess what? That $500 shuts everybody up. I just made $500 for an hour watching my trainer do some talking. What? Then you do your second training claim, you get another 500. Oh, I just made $1,000 in 2 hours worth of work. I hate to say it. That voice in your ear that is telling you can't do it, this, that, and the other thing, changes really quickly when you start making money. Everybody agree with that? And I don't know about you, we don't do any physical work. We talk to people. I used to drink coffee and eat cake at every house I went to. Now I have to drink my own coffee and eat my own cake because I don't leave my living room. But the cool part is I still drink coffee and eat cake to talk to people. It's just so much more streamlined. Now, no, we're not going to do that. How long time is that? We're there. Okay. So, did everybody learn a little? All right. I hope so. Does anybody have any questions? No? Nobody's online? Any question?
Jay,
Exactly. This is the easiest business I've ever seen. I used to work for a living. I worked in a glass factory for 21 years. The only thing I got out of that was full-blown throat cancer. They gave me 3 months to live and told me there was no hope. I'm a Marine. I told them they were crazy. I laughed at them. After the second operation, they said, you're not going to live. Finally, after all the positivity I had, the surgeon said, okay, I found the study that's going on at the University of Pennsylvania. You can join that because you have this positive attitude. You're not going to make it, but to help some more people in the future. I said, great. I ain't dying. He had no idea I wasn't dying. I was the first guinea pig to survive a 12-hour operation on table. They took every lymph node out of the neck one at a time. Then I went through 4 months of radiation. I went from 275 pounds solid muscle to 171 in 3 months. I'm back to 275, although I'd like to get down to about 265, but I haven't been in the gym in a while. So we're working on it. But when I got started in this business, I'd done a lot of crazy things in my life. When I got started here, my mom had just died. 2010. I was distraught. I didn't pay any bills for 4 months. How many people think the credit card companies don't like it if you don't pay bills for 4 months? They didn't. So what did I do? My credit score went down to 450. I don't know, I hope nobody can relate. But the reality is, I did. Interest was killing me on the credit cards. They owed over $50,000 in credit card debt. Insane. Now, 10 years later, no credit card debt. I have an 835 credit score. When bills come in, credit card bills come in, I pay them. Here's the kicker. Over the holidays, I use credit cards for everything. I got $700 back in credit card money. You know, where they give you the cash back? Got $700 back and didn't pay a dime in interest. Tell me the credit cards don't like me anymore. But they can't get rid of me. I got a great credit score. So I'm using their systems against them because they want you to spend a lot of money. Yeah, they'll pay you a little cash back and then they slam all that interest on you forever. But if you're making enough money, make them pay. Because I am. I don't worry about money anymore. It's a really nice place. I'm going to be honest with you. You can't buy happiness with money. But I would guarantee money will get rid of all the stress that you have that is making you unhappy. Yeah, it can't fix relationships, can't fix health, but it does get rid of a lot of the stress. And I love it. So I hope everybody learned a little today. Hope we're going to have some fun. And it was really a good time.